Technology is changing and PowerPoint's keeping up. How about all the new touchscreen devices that are out there? And video doesn't play like it used to. It's longer and different than it once was. Let's see how PowerPoint's keeping up. I'm simply going to open a brand new blank presentation and look at the size of the slide. It's called wide screen. It's the new wide screen, and the benefit of that is for people who are playing elongated videos. They fit. And how about the size of our computer screens now? Look, this is more in alignment with the current size of computer screens. So a lot of people are switching to this new view instead of using the old-fashioned standard view. So that's one thing that's happening. If you want to switch it back, I promise I'll show you in just a moment. But here's another thing, that the touch screens. There are so many touch screens now. So go to your quick access toolbar. Now I've just moved mine. When you drop down the arrow on your quick access toolbar, you have show above or show below. I just brought mine below the ribbon. That's the only difference. And then turn on touch/mouse mode. If you have a touch screen device, you need this. You need it because look, if you're clicking, you click to add the title and you're trying to hit the B, you can't do it. Well, yes you can. All you have to do is drop this arrow down and switch from mouse mode to touch mode. This has a standard ribbon and commands and it's optimized for the mouse. This has a touch and it's more space between commands and optimized to use with touch. Look at the screen where it says click to add title, and now I'm going to change this to touch mode and it says tap to add the title. Tap to add the subtitle. Now the terminology is more in alignment with touchscreens. And look at the tools. Oh my word, my tools, they have so much more space now. So now when I try to hit the B, a lot more space to hit the B and I don't accidentally choose the wrong thing. This is a fantastic tool for those of you using touchscreen devices. Just keep in mind that when you make the tools larger, you still have the same amount of screen, so the way the tools look, very, very different. But all the same tools are here. For instance, editing, in my other view, those were all in one column. Here you have to drop it down to see them. On my other screen, these tools all showed up with the label on them. So it just looks a bit different. Now, I don't need to optimize for touch, so I'm going to go back to what I call mouse mode. So now when I go back to mouse mode, you can see the difference. There are my tools. They're just easier to see because I don't need as much space for each tool. Now remember where that came from. At the end of the quick access toolbar, you click the customize and you just turn it on, turn it off. So when you don't need it any longer, you simply turn it off. It's that easy to access. That's a nice feature, wouldn't you agree? Now let's get back and talk about this slide size. What if this slide size is perfect? Then you just get started in your presentation and you just do whatever it is you're doing in your presentation. But if you want to go back to the standard, you go to design, and on the design tab, down at the end you have the customize group, drop down slide size, and look, you can switch it back. You can just say give me standard. And then you have your standard view. It's very, very nice. Now it might ask you if you want to optimize for objects, and that just means that your objects will fit on this slide. So you may want to ensure optimization for your objects. Well, let's see what happens though if you do this with a presentation you've already created. So let me jump back in the backstage and click on open, and let me go get a file that's already in progress and it's already this size. It's the standard slide size. So it's a slideshow that's in progress. Let me just show you in slide sorter view. I think it'll be easier to see a variety of different slides here, and there are a few more going on down here. This one has a video. I just want to quickly just show you the video. I don't have my volume turned up loud. I don't really want to focus on the video. I just want you to see it get started here. All right, so you can just see, I just wanted you to see how big the video is on there. All right, now let's go back to slide sorter view and let's make a change. Let's go back to design and let's say, well, you want to elongate it. You decided you want it to look, you want the other slide size, so you want it to look different on different screens. Well, I'm already in progress with this one. And so now when I switch slide size and I say, I really want the wide screen, it switches everything. It adjusted everything. Now let it catch up with me. It's adjusting all of the objects, and some of the objects are going to behave the same, some are not. Look at my introductory slide. It cut off the word opportunities and everything is really long, and these people just all became much, much wider. This didn't used to have space on the edges, and now it has all kinds of space. Same with this slide and this slide. This one's not too bad. It just changed the border. It depends on how the slide is built, but look at this one and this one. That's ugly. what I did on this one, let me just show you what I did on this one. I didn't change the background. I just added a picture and I just made the picture the whole size of the slide. And on this one, I put a border around the graphic. So the border is still there. Now that one might not look bad if you took the border off. That might not look so bad. And the same thing with this slide. That same border is there. Well, let me put that border back on by hitting Control Z. And this one, not too bad. That's not bad at all. So now let's go the other way. What if you had things set up for the widescreen view and you decide to go to the standard view? Well, watch what happens on this one. There you go. Here's where it says, what do you want to do with the objects? Do you want to ensure they fit, or do you want to do the maximize? Do you want to scale them down? So what's going to happen here is the shapes will change. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you the video. Let me click on cancel just a minute. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. I did that for a reason. Let me go back to this video. So I want you to see that the objects on the screen, the objects don't change. So I didn't mess up the video. I didn't mess up these words. It's just all the extra space that shows up. All right, so slide size. Let's turn this back to standard. So when we change it back to standard, now here we were. And I want to make sure everything fits. I don't want to lose images. I don't want to lose information. And so now everything's switched back. Well, let's see what it looks like in slide sorter view. In slide sorter view, it's going to tell the whole story. Let's see what's going on. It's got to take it a second. Oh gosh, look what just happened. So what just happened to me is that everything shrunk. So this used to almost fit the slide. It had a little tiny border. This had a small border. Look what happened to this one. Everything shrunk, including the border that I drew. And this one's not too bad. This one looks silly. This one now, So what's going to happen if you start manipulating after the fact, if you start changing your slide size after the fact, you might have a big mess like I have right here. So what's my remedy to this? Don't do it. So on this one, I'm going to close out and I am not going to save my changes because I don't want those slides to be all messed up like that. So what are you going to remember? You can change your slide size, but do it at the beginning of the presentation. When you start the presentation, that's when you choose the slide size. And if you change your mind midstream, just know that you have potential issues that you have to fix. Not all my slides had problems, but some of my slides had some ugly problems happen. And then don't forget, drop down over here and turn on your touch/mouse mode. If you're a person who has a touchscreen device, you will be much happier using PowerPoint 2013 with your mouse mode on versus your touch, or your touch versus your mouse. But now you have the control. Let's take a moment for a quick pop quiz question. Why might a user want the new widescreen friendly layout? A, the purpose of the slideshow is to print handouts. B, the presentation will have mostly text and lots of it. C, the slide will be used to print a small sign. D, the slideshow will be presented on a laptop screen. Although any of these could be done on either of the layouts, D is the answer we're looking for here because it would fill the screen better to use the widescreen friendly layout if you are presenting on your laptop screen.
We hope you enjoyed this preview video. Please click on the like button below if you did, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to visit us at www.kalliance.com to sign up for your free 7-day trial today. You could learn a lot in a week.